Hello, everyone, and welcome back to JIE WORD. JIE stands for Jesus is Enough. Welcome back to my returning subscribers and to my new subscribers. Welcome. Today's topic will be remove desperate mindset. That's remove desperate mindset. Now, I found some scriptures that speaks on desperation, because desperation is not a good thing. Desperation can lead us to do things that we would have otherwise not done, and it's important that we stay prayed up during a time of desperation. Now, on the screen, as I said, there are some scriptures about desperation, and it reads, never are we justified to stay in a state of internal desperation, though the external circumstances could be very desperate, as Paul said, perplexed but not despairing. 2 Corinthians 4:8. We must believe that the scripture is truth when it says, the steadfast of mind you will keep in perfect peace. Why and how does this happen? Because he trusts in you. Isaiah 26 verse 3. We must believe that statement, and then we must act upon it by setting our minds upon Christ. So, faith is not passive, but it is active. This is why the scripture says that faith without works is dead. James 2 verse 17. Faith that is true faith leads to change, and faith is what is needed to break us out of a state of quiet desperation. All right, so there you have those few verses speaking to us on faith. Now, I'm sorry guys, I have a bit of a cold, so I may sound extra congested. So like I said, desperation it's never a good thing. It leads us to act out of character. It can lead us to sin. It can lead us to be in a state of depression, which is not good, whether physically or mentally. I believe that when one is feeling desperate, it is important to turn to the Word and to turn to God, to ask Him to release your despair that you may be feeling at that time. I'm sorry for the background noise, guys. Yes, whatever you're feeling at that time, turn to the Lord and take it to God in prayer, because I too have been at the end of desperation, and it makes you act out of character. It makes you feel down. It lowers your self-esteem and your confidence. And let me know down below, what are some things you guys do to ease your desperation when you're feeling desperate? And if you guys know of any other verses that speaks on desperation, feel free to drop them down below as well. Okay, so I'm just here to encourage you guys today. Whenever you are feeling desperate, turn to God, take it to God in prayer. Pray, but most importantly, work towards making your situation better. You see where they say faith without work is dead in James 2 verse 17. That is also a very real thing. If you find yourself in a desperate situation, no need you sit down and cry and mope about it. And even if you do, don't do so for an extended period of time. Why? Because you will only get into a more depressive state. So what you do is work towards what it is that you're trying to achieve, or what it is that you're hoping to change. So for example, a lot of women, they worry about their figure. Let's just use that example. They worry about their figure, and not just women, men and women. And a lot of times they get so desperate, they start taking all types of supplements that have a vast variety of side effects. But because they want to lose the weight so bad, and they have gotten into that space of desperation, they end up harming themselves further. Some lose the weight and then gain it back 3 times more. Some don't lose the weight and then fall into deeper depression and going around and around and around trying to find different products. Whereas if they exercised patience and took their time to truly eat right, work out, or even go to a doctor, because let's be honest, you could be eating right and working out, and sometimes the weight does not come off. A lot of people have hormone imbalance. So I would say take the healthy way out, seek a doctor, and try to find out if your hormones are imbalanced or whatever it is. I'm not a medical doctor, you know what I'm saying, but seek out ways in which you can help yourself without trying to take the shortcut. The shortcut is desperation. Okay? And we could talk about other scenarios. A young man or a young woman who wants to make it in the world fast. They go online, they see other people live in a certain way, and they want to live that certain lifestyle, but their pocket cannot afford certain things. Some people go ahead and buy counterfeit items to, wear a certain type of shoes or carry a certain type of bag. So they go and buy counterfeit items because they cannot wait for the results of what they're working towards, or other people steal it. That's another form of desperation. When a person yields to stealing, it's often a form of desperation, because what they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They do fraud, you name it, all these things in order to obtain fast riches. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term slow success builds character and fast success builds ego. That's a very true statement, because when they get these things in a fast manner, they feel as if they're on top of the world. They want to show off, they want to take a bunch of pictures and videos, and it ultimately leads to their demise. That's because their ego took over. But when a man takes the time, or a woman takes the time to work, save their money, invest wisely, then you find that when they do get the finer things in life, they have more of an appreciation for it. So if they even take a picture or post, it's coming from a place of gratitude, not a place of ego. So coming back to what I'm saying about desperation leads to fast destruction. Okay? So it's important to stay in the Word, seek God, talk to God for Him to ease your mind and give you a peace that surpasses all understanding, and continue to work diligently towards what you want, so desperation does not creep upon you. Well, this was JIE WORD. I do want to thank you guys for watching, and feel free to comment your thoughts down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.